contact the FBI, contact your congressperson to talk to the Treasury Department and the IRS about this bank fraud that's going on with their merchant account and transfer of all these stolen proceeds into different corporate entity accounts and disbursement of it among different people to just try to hide the money of all the stolen proceeds, and have the IRS basically do a full audit on all the companies and all the people to find out where the money is after freezing all the assets so they can't drain it out and move it, especially offshore. So anyways, by this letter, i2G demands immediate cease and desist. Yeah. Oh, and remove the video and all comments posted to it. Yeah, freedom of speech, right? I don't have a right to post the videos, and I don't have a right, and the people who commented don't have a right to post on the videos, right? Again, here's this complete authoritarian attitude about you have to do what I say, and we have absolutely no obligation whatsoever to be truthful with anybody, to provide accounting for any of our reps, and we take their money and provide no business information, provide no invoices, and no itemized, reconciled accounts of where all this money is coming from, and that's what i2G is all about. You have all the obligation to comply with us, and we have zero obligation to anybody. We just keep taking people's money, and you keep bringing people to us, and we keep taking their money, and you're just going to have to get used to it. And Susan was absolutely in that frame of mind yesterday. I mean, she was basically going on about her lying and stealing from people is of absolutely no consequence, and it's their fault for listening to her, and not her fault for lying to them and defrauding them into a scheme of taking their money in the name of a company that doesn't even exist. She saw absolutely nothing wrong with her part in that, and everything was the fault of the people that gave her the money and listened to her. And that's why she was justified in doing that. So this is the kind of warped mindset of the kind of people you're dealing with i2G. So absolutely, these are the kind of people that belong behind bars. Additionally, you must remove all internet videos and posting containing defamatory statements regarding i2G, and since I don't have any, so and that's not going to happen, the video and other defamatory statements about i2G may not be reposted in any form. Yeah, they're not going to be taken down, so they're not going to be reposted, so fine. And then now here is the second page of this letter. Our client has attempted to informally resolve whatever dispute exists in your mind. It's not that it exists in my mind. I mean, it was clearly stated, and it's a matter of fact. It has nothing with it only existing in my mind. But you have ignored all efforts to communicate with you. Yeah, because I have no reason to talk to you or this David guy that keeps on calling me or whatever, or emailing me, because we have nothing to talk about. I'm not doing anything wrong, and he has no authority to tell me that I can't do what I'm doing. Be advised, i2G will protect itself and where necessary. Well, there is no entity i2G anyway, so there's nothing to protect, and there is no itself because it doesn't exist. Will pursue all available legal and equitable rights and remedies, which are none, and including seeking an award of substantial punitive damages, which you cannot, because there's nothing that I'm doing that will be awarded punitive damages. You are not authorized to disclose the contents of this letter, publicly, or to disseminate. What are you going to do about it? This letter is not intended to constitute a full statement of all facts. Well, there are no facts listed in this letter. Rights or claims relating to this matter. Well, that's funny that you would state that, because why would you send the letter then? You know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, this letter is not intended to, full of any facts, rights, claims related to, nor is it intended to be, nor should be construed as a waiver, release, or relinquish of any rights or remedies available to my client, whether legal or equitable, all of which are hereby expressly reserved. And this entire, this part of this paragraph is, again, just goes to show this is just a lot of legal hot air, because it's basically saying this letter has no point, so why did you send it? It's just so stupid. It's just like, I mean, this is just a lawyer trying to be huff and puff a bunch of legalistic jargon, and you're like, I'm a lawyer, You're going to be very scared of me if I take you to court. You better be scared of me. I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And this is just stupid. This entire letter is about, litigiousness and using it as a tool of intimidation. And these guys are going to be disciplined because this is very unethical. And you are not authorized to disclose the contents of this letter publicly or to disseminate it. And this really goes to show you right here that the sort of authoritarian intimidation that this letter and this person is coming from. She has absolutely no right to tell me a letter that she sends to me that I have no right to show it to anybody else. And I am of course going to show it publicly. And see, this is another thing. Is like she's saying that I'm sending you this letter, but I'm taking away any right that you have to show it to anybody publicly. And why is that? What are you afraid of people seeing about your behavior publicly? I mean, that right there shows you her criminality and guilt, because she's afraid that if I show this letter to anybody in the public, people are going to know, that she's absolutely a sham of a lawyer, and so is her company and her affiliations. So, there you go. We look forward to your prompt compliance. Well, there's not going to be any compliance. There's going to be a prompt response with affirmation requests and aforementioned requests, and which there won't be any. And please contact me should you have any questions or concerns. I have no questions and I have no concerns, so I won't be contacting her. So yeah, and then she's CCing it to this Edward Allen Klein, and that's her boss at this Liner law firm, LLP. So, I went ahead and got their bar association information, and so here's David. So David Evan Horner, and that's his bar number. And here's his contact information, so people can go ahead and maybe give him a call or visit, and contact all the ethical people about his behavior and involvement in a multi-million-dollar pyramid scheme and his attempts to intimidate somebody from pursuing remedies for people who have fallen victim for this pyramid scheme, and let the California State Bar, know about him and his association with that. And likewise, we have, oh yeah, well, this is the letter, so, and then we have Mary Beth and Gui or whatever, and that's her bar number right there, 228431. Same thing. The State Bar of California needs to be informed about her unethical behavior about sending me an intimidating letter, threatening me with litigation and litigiousness for merely stating facts about a scam company that has ripped off and stolen $42 million from 16,000 people across the United States and around the world, according to their numbers, 80% in the U.S., 20% internationally. And my attempts to put the facts that i2G is trying to hide from people on YouTube, has gotten her to send me a threatening letter. And this is absolutely unethical for a lawyer to do. And she needs to be educated on what a lawyer can and can't do. And running cover for a pyramid scheme is definitely something that a lawyer cannot do, especially using legalism as an intimidation tool to try to stop somebody from pursuing justice and justified recovery measures, recompense for an act of injustice done to other people. And the people like this really need to just have their law license stripped from them because they don't deserve it. And she graduated undergraduate from Berkeley, and USC law school, and these places basically should go after her for shaming their law school with this kind of ridiculous behavior. They should just basically just strip her of her degrees. I mean, I take this kind of stuff seriously, and law firms and associations and schools need to take misconduct from their students and graduates and whatever seriously. And this lady has absolutely no right whatsoever to be using legal intimidation to try to stop somebody from helping other people to recover their fraudulently stolen money. And I mean, she needs to be put in her place for attempting this. And there's David again. And here's Edward Allen Klein, and that's his bar number 145736. And same thing with him, disciplinary action for signing off and getting CC'd on this email, because he needs to be making sure that his partners or junior partners or whatever are in check, and he's signing off on letters of intimidation going out to people who are trying to recover fraudulent money that was stolen from other people. And here he is signing off, so he has to be held accountable for that. And again, undergraduate of UC Berkeley and UC Berkeley Bolt Hall Law School. And these are prestigious law institutions, and they should be taken seriously that their alumni are partaking in fraudulent activity and using the law as a tool of intimidation to block people getting recovering a law a fraud from a fraud. And this guy is trying to put a block, an obstruction of justice, by sending me a letter to intimidate me to take down videos that show the truth about a fraudulent company stealing money from people. And he should be put in his place for that as well. So, yeah, so that's all that. And here's the GoDaddy thing. You would just go here to the report abuse, but the way that they have it, it would be categorized under abuse and harassment, since they're putting out an illegal Ponzi scheme. Or maybe if you could call them and have someone, like a manager or somebody, view these videos and forward them to people higher up in the chain at GoDaddy. What they should do is just block the i2G.com domain name so that further people can't go there and have their money stolen from there. But the way that they lay it out legally, they don't necessarily want to do that. They would want a police station or investigator, detective, FBI agent that's investigating this, giving them a case number with all the facts, and a law enforcement or like Attorney General's office or something requesting to block the website that way. So, I mean, that's how they laid it out here. So that's one avenue right there. And of course, pursue your documentation of all this fraud and pursue your rights to take every single one of these people to small claims court. And I just wanted to show you that I'm getting harassed by these people who are claiming all these false litigation claims against me for putting out this information to help you get your money back. And this shows you the kind of people that i2G is, the kind of people that associate with them and work for them and rep for them, and also the kind of people who are trying to help you out, to get that money back. So do your part. Get active with reporting what's going on, spreading the videos, commenting, putting thumbs up on the videos to help promote them, share them. It's just so simple. Put them on Facebook, put them on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Links. Send it to your friends out by email. Talk about it. Post it on forums, and just spread the word. Because one of the major stumbling blocks for people when they get presented with the i2G scam is that they go online to look for scam, i2G scam, fraud, whatever, and they just get a bunch of BS from sales reps saying, oh no, it's a great company, it's a legitimate company, et cetera, and it's not even a real company in any shape, way, or form. So, I mean, we got to counter i2G's big internet scrubbing mechanism to make it seem like it's a legitimate company when it absolutely is not a legitimate company. And I have to tell you, I sat down with Susan yesterday and her brother really tries to pretend like he's on my side or whatever. And I told him straight up, you invested in a company that you don't even know exists, and that's pretty stupid. But even worse than that is to try to convince someone else to invest their money in a company that doesn't even exist, and you have no um, proof that is an actual business entity at all. And then he just kind of just looked down and like, yeah, whatever. So that's how I know he's in onto the scam too, because neither of them have contacted me or anything. It was just all a ruse to try to get me there and see if they could get me to take down the videos. And that's all they want. They just want me to take down the videos, and they know it's a scam, and they know that there's no proof of this even being a legitimate business, and they know that. But all that they want is for me to stop talking about it. Stop letting people know this before they sign up, before they pay the money on a credit card, before they hand over their cashier's check. That as soon as that cashier check is cashed, it's the same as cash. That you really can't do a stop payment on it or trace it, or you have to go the other route by doing a bank fraud information and freezing their bank account and then tracking where all the transfers and everything is going. And that takes forever. That takes a lot of law enforcement and search warrants and stuff like that, which is going to give them enough time to get away with all of this with your money. We really need to get on this as fast as we can. So please do it, and also appeal to YouTube, because I know that these guys with all their little reps, their little greedy reps, this is quite a bit of a cash cow for these guys, $42 million. They probably got lots of people, clicking on my thing, reporting it, trying to get it all taken down, trying to, get these sham lawyers to write all kinds of letters to YouTube and, try to intimidate them or whatever. Hey, this is somebody who's putting out actual information versus a fraudulent group of corporate criminals, white collar criminals, who are using YouTube as a platform for viral marketing of their pyramid scheme. And YouTube is a big part of it. I mean, YouTube essentially is being hijacked by i2G to, to scam their money. So if the people at YouTube are serious about, like, say, equal information, to have a counterbalance and both sides kind of thing, please do not take down any of my videos, even though I'm a small guy. I'm not a big corporate law firm or anything, and I'm not a multi-million-dollar scam with all this money and clout. I'm just one guy who's putting out truthful information about a complete scam that has stolen millions of dollars from people all across the country and around the world. Do not take my videos down. Leave it up there and let people decide for themselves, which is which. Give people the opportunity to have information to make an informed decision. Okay, and that's how i2G operates. They cripple people by scrubbing the internet of any truthful information about them, so that every time somebody goes online or on YouTube to search for whether i2G is a scam or not, all they get is fraudulent information about how they're a legitimate company. And anybody who tries to offer any sort of information contrary to that, no matter how factual it is, they try to take it down. They try to strip people's rights to know the truth. And so, YouTube, Google, do not fall for it. Stand up for information being what it is and people having the right to know. Watch all my videos. Every single part of it has facts that back up everything that I say. And on the contrary, everything that i2G and their sham lawyers put out is contradictory and lacking in any sort of factual evidence of anything. So, take that into account and stand up for the little guy defending himself, rather than big corporate scammers trying to intimidate with their clout and legal jargon. All right, thanks. Signing out.